Check out my YouTube channel for feature-length videos of TikTok drama.
Warning, the following video is extremely disturbing. You've been warned.
2020, so I knew that that wasn't a recent diagnosis because he said that he'd had that diagnosis 3 weeks ago. So unless he'd been back to the future like Michael J. Fox and picked it up for 3 years ago, it would not have had a fax number on it. So I later found out that that was potentially a doctored document from his son's autism diagnosis. There's been multiple people that I've spoken to where he's done videos about his autism and the things that he has to go through with his autism. And I've spoken to people that have been in relationship with him and they said they've never done that when he was with me. So it's a very, very big fabrication. I feel like...
Daz, sorry to interrupt. Obviously Tinks is on you. Would she like her say?
Yeah, she'll unmute when she's ready. So he basically was trying to start on the app that I was bullying autistic people and disabled people and I need to be stopped. So I've done a reaction video to it. So what with him is he'll do a video when he's off his nut. He'll do videos when he was off his nut, and then when he wakes up in the morning after I come down, he will delete them. So I made sure that I saved the video, and then I actually put a video up myself where it wasn't stitching on his video or anything. Done the video on him basically spouting out home truths about him beating women, about him being on a packet, about him manipulating people, pretending to be a spiritual healer, all this stuff. The video's pinned, I've just repinned it on my main page, Daz London 37. So if anyone wants to go over and look at some of the things that he's done that are facts, there's evidence to prove everything that he's done that I've stated in that video. Repost it, share it out so it gets out there again. So the more people that see all this stuff. If you can't remember my profile, if you look on the bio of this account, my main page is in the bio. It's Daz London 37. It's the recently pinned video. So go and share it out there and you just get to know a bit more about him. So I done that video. Within half hour of me doing that video, he blocked me again. And I haven't heard from him since. He's not mentioned me since. But then obviously with me being friends with Tinks, Carrie Ann and a few other people that have been in his company and been destroyed by him, I was just waiting for this day for it to all come out and for everyone to be strong enough to open up. Because I could do all this, like, there was women on that post that when I posted it was defending him. And even when people was commenting, saying, look, he's done this to me, he's done it, they just wouldn't listen. So it's different that when I'm saying it could be just me and him have had a fallout, or he's mugging me off, I'm mugging him off. But when it comes from someone that's actually been through that, like Tinks, like Carrie Ann, that can come and tell their story, that's when it's impactful. So this is why this had to be waited until one of them come out or the pair of them together to come out and do a live and then to go, right, this is what's happened. We're ready to tell our story. He needs to be stopped now. They're the only ones that could have done it, because with me doing it, it could be just two blokes that have had an argument and it's just backwards and forwards. It needs to be the impactful for the people that have actually lived with it. But I've been lucky. Maybe it's because he thinks that, like, he knows that I won't take no shit. So that's why he's left me alone. He's not done multiple constant videos on me like he does with other people. Or it might be that he's just changed his tax and he's just ramped it up since he's blocked me. He's just ramped it up and he's gone in on people. Like, I'm expecting possibly him do videos of me now and I'll just mug him off again. Do you know what I mean? He'll mug him off again. He'll block me again.
Tinks, are you ready?
Thanks, Danielle. Tinks, have a sip of your tea, Tinks, and come talk.
Are you ready?
I'm never ready, me. I just kind of going with it. I've just got to. I haven't really had a choice, like, in everything I've got to do.
Yeah, can
I just say, before Tinks...
Daz, you need to shush now.
Can I just say one thing, right, that really cracked me up today, is I messaged Tinks today, right, and because obviously I was in the live with Anne, and I said, Tinks, message me your number, right? You know, she sent me number 4 and number 11, and I was like... What are you sending me for? I thought you meant like my like my earth numbers or my spiritual numbers. She sent me number 4 and 11. I was like, not your mobile number, you dick.
Hey Daz, sorry, you know you had my WhatsApp number or my number. I've got a new phone, so if you could WhatsApp me again with your number.
Wow,
But anyway, sorry to Tinks if she's ready.
No, don't apologise. I'm fine listening. Everyone's relevant. Everyone's valid. You know, it's not just, I'm not the only person who's been affected by this person. I'm just, you know, the one that off my perpetrator history who got the horrific evidence that, you know, I lived through. And you know, I've heard people on the app the last few days describing it as, you know, proof. Where's the receipts and things like that. You know, to me, it's not proof and receipts. It is day-to-day living. Like, that is what I was living day to day. You know, it's just different things I've watched the last few days. Firstly, Daz, thank you very much for jumping up and you know, the state I was in just a few hours ago. Thank you so much for coming up and telling people what's going on today. It's been a lot. Everybody up in the boxes is all amazing. Troy, thank you so much. I know you've had it the last few days. But always remember the good. Like, without you putting that video out a few days ago, you united all the survivors, and the current survivor jumped up in the box.
You're smiling and happy.
Yeah, but you just, do you know what it is? I felt so guilty, if I'm honest. Like, I just thought,
listen, I've had it for fucking years. Do you know what I mean? The other people who come at you are the people that I've exposed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just thought it kind of took a, like, you know, people warn about numbers, platforms, and so on. You know, I was quite, I felt a little bit railroaded straight away the next day to kind of commit the time to do this. And I thought my priority is making sure anyone affected and the current victim who jumped up the night before, you know, reach out and do a message. I wasn't really thinking about doing box times and box, like, awareness is key. Like, obviously people using their voice, I'll always, you know, push for that. And it's like tonight, I wasn't composed enough to come on at 9 when we agreed. So I said to Daz and Bev, do you mind jumping up in the boxes and just carrying it for us, because like they're part of like the WhatsApps today. Daz kindly, I said to Daz, will you jump up with the two men, because, you know, Claire was there as well. I said to Daz, you know,
that's the reason why I've been talking so much, because T told me to. She told me I'll jump in when I'm ready, so I'm carrying on talking until she's ready. So I don't usually just carry on talking like this. So it's all Tink's fault.
Daz is actually, you know, he witnessed the relief and the way I felt after being told. You know, Daz sat on a call today with myself, a 40-odd-year-old woman with, you know, 4 adult children, saying to 2 men, saying, can I ask you something? And when they said, and I said, you know, are you going to hurt me? And this other lady, you know, I'm living as if, like, believing that you're going to hurt me. And, you know, they were so shocked, you know, they were very honest with us, you know, and the one thing that's resounding to us is the unity and the support that I found in coming back to media. You know, like today I wasn't on that call alone. I had people ready there with us, you know, with sharing that fear with us, but also sharing in the relief of it when I was able to ask that out. And that sounds absolutely crazy, but you know, of what me and the other survivors have gone through, that's the position we've been put in, to believe that we were going to be unalived. And you know, I actually got to speak to one of those gentlemen today and say, you know, yourself and this other person, your names have come up, and I've believed that you were going to take my life or hurt me. And this other lady, and you know, he even sent Daz the voice notes, what Daz kindly played before. You know, I asked Daz, would you come up and play that? You know, to hear him actually admitting when he's, you know, I've had so many messages the last few days of people saying, oh, he said that those recordings were edited, and I was like, no, they were day-to-day living, you know. They weren't even enraging. I mean, they were horrendous recordings, day-to-day living, you know, the way he thought and, you know, articulated his mind and his anger. Absolutely horrendous what he said about, you know, Carrie Ann, Emma and their children. Absolutely horrendous. And, you know, the bullying, Carrie Ann, Emma and the other ladies involved, you know, Claire, Ellie, you know, everyone, Sarah, Scott, everybody. It's not just myself. Danny's even had a recent, you know, I met her through a negative experience she's had as well. It just feels like there's so much negative, but then when I've looked at it today, that is also so much positive, you know. But Daz today jumping up, and that gentleman, you know, sending the voice note to Daz as well, and I asked the bloke, can you send Daz that voice note so you can play it to prove that this man's just so flippant and doesn't care, and saying, yes, that is me, and I don't give a, with pardon the French, the word he used, I don't give a shit. when I heard that today, it hurt my heart still. And you know, Daz will tell you I did go a bit. I had to drop out the call for a bit to compose myself. But it was just still that, I don't know why, even after living that through him and knowing he thought like that, I still thought there was a little bit of hope where he would show remorse when I came out. Just something of, just even that little glimpse of humanity. It's like I was still looking for that. And then today hearing that, again, it just kind of knocked my end in a little bit. The reality check that, you know, stop looking for the good where that isn't. Like, something in me, I always look for hope. Hope's bigger than fear, and I always hope, you know, that somebody's going to take accountability or show sorry for such horrific things. And then when the proof is wrong, it saddens my heart. And Daz was very much on that call and witness to that today as well. So I thank him for coming up and speaking for us, because I can't actually vocally bring that through without going to bits, so I'm just robotically articulating that. So thank you, Daz, for doing that. I've had a few hours for
Thanks. I'm so glad I met you, and I love you, darling.
Oh, I love to love to all ears, everybody up here.
You're fantastic. You're so brave.
In the chat,
we're all there for you.
She's a prime example there. She thought he was innocent. She's new to his viewing as well. She just said he's made out he's innocent.
Well, it basically said, he said today that we'll all blow over in a month and it'll all go back to normal, because he's used to people calling him out and then obviously getting bored of it, and then it's usually men and then they get bored of it and then they don't say anything about it no more, and then he carries on again. So he'll come back on this app in about 3 weeks to a month's time and expect it to all blow over and it will all be fine.
But Miss Al,
Miss Al, I honestly thought he was okay.
Yeah, she's new. She just said she was new to his viewing.
Oh, right, okay.
She's only just started going into his lives, obviously, with the way he is and stuff like that. Obviously, she's a prime example. They did the same with Tinks. Danny did the same with everyone. So you're not even to blame, to be honest with you, Miss Al. It's the way he is.
Honestly, Tinks, so the amount of love that's shown to you, you are so brave. So brave, and
it's all this rhetoric that he's putting forward, that he's this spiritual healer, that he can heal anyone and he can and that's like, because it's so apparent in nowadays society, all this spiritualist and angel numbers and all this stuff, and he's using that to his benefit, to be able to manipulate women, to get him into meet that he's this nice person, that he can help these people heal and all their trauma and stuff, when all he's doing is using that as an angle to get into their life so he can gain their trust, so then he can use them for his own personal gain, whether it be a financial, whether it be that he feeds off manipulation, that he needs that in his life, he needs to be manipulating someone to make him feel alive. There's something in there that he needs to feed off of, making women trust him, and then for him to suck every bit of being out of them.
Yeah.
Can I just say today as well, something that I think is really important, Troy, that is an awareness account claiming to be an exposure account. I don't know who's behind it, but they're invalidating one of the survivors, saying that they've talked to one of our exes. I did ask if it was mine, because if it is mine, you know, I've got perpetratory history where, you know, my ex-husband is a registered lifelong SO, and there was a lifelong injunction with the sentencing he had with the crimes on myself. Over the years, there is corroboration to show that, you know, there's two perpetrators in the background there with obviously the gentleman we're talking about in here. And, you know, the police are very aware of it, but there is actually a page on the internet that has openly said that one of the victims' exes has thingied them. Now, I openly asked it if it was mine, because I would need that to hand to the police, because it would show that there was still stalking and, you know, interest. But I do actually believe that page is something to do with perpetrators, and I do think it's one of mine as well. I do. I have got a female perpetrator who is very, very. Troy, I've discussed with this with all paperwork's there to show everything, the history's there. But, you know, this goes to show it's not just men. I have got a female perpetrator who's very, very premeditated, and who Ben also used, knowing that about my history. And I do believe that the exposure page is in cahoots or in corroboration. So I did want to bring that to awareness, because I do have to be mindful that I have got an obsessor still there. and keep myself safe within that. But the fact that I asked that exposure page if it was specifically my ex, and the replies I got were very, very concerning. So I have actually logged that with the police, like I do with everything. It's all evidenced.
Yeah, I've come across that page
To
as
let
well.
everyone know, Carrie-Anne, I have seen you on that page. I do think it's connected back. It's just to let people know I still have actively got, and still do get heavily stalked off perpetrator.
Yeah, on that page as well, they don't seem to know the proper fact, anything about what's actually been going on. It's kind of speculation, and they're just putting their own point across. Whereas, like, I've been trolled on that page quite a bit, in the comments, and they haven't got a clue what's been going on, really.
Yeah, and I actually say that one of the exes, and they just wrote her in capital letters, her ex. So I jumped on that comment and said, if it's mine, can I please have the messages in the name if it's mine? Because then that would show, like, obviously the stalking still. And why they wouldn't, if they're there to kind of, and then they wrote underneath, I wouldn't expose the victim. And then in my head, I thought I've studied psychology, guys. Now I've studied advanced psychology, so I watch everything people write, how it's written, how people articulate. It's just how I am now with what I've gone through. The study in the advanced psychology was part of my healing and my trauma therapy the last few years. So, the way that was worded was very, very concerning. So I just directly asked if it was my exes, I would need that information for the police. And the response wasn't healthy. And it was quite concerning that they would watch stuff, even if it wasn't my ex, if it's one of Carrie-Anne's. Carrie-Anne has got, she doesn't mind us sharing, she said the other night, she has got DV history as well. It's quite concerning. And obviously Claire, who was up in the box, Emma, who was up in the box, if it was anything to do with anyone, you would think an awareness page would want to safeguard if an ex has come forward to be derogative about them. So that's a very concerning page. It has been logged with the police today. I was straight on it when the lasses made us aware of it. So I really need to put that out there as well, Troy. It's called, what's it called, Bev?
Cockney Ben exposure or something.
Abusive Cockney Ben. Abusive_Cockney_Ben.
Can I just ask that all the people that are in here, that if you do see any videos coming up of people doing a video on Cockney Ben, just please repost it or share it or like and comment it so he pushes it out there. I've got a video on my page that I done last year about him. I've just repinned it as the top of the page on Daz London 37. Go repost and share that out there, because that's all of the things that he's done previously up to that point when I knew of him, what he'd done. He's done much more since then, but all of it is true. And so if you do see any videos coming up with people talking about Ben and the things that he's done and commenting on these lives and stuff, the more that you push it out there on each and every person that does do a post on him, then the more and more people over this app are going to see that he is not the person that he's portraying. Because it's all good and well doing a live on him and calling someone out, but then tomorrow no one will know. There's thousands of people on this app, but there's 300 people in here. So if you go and repost and share them videos out, then he pushes them videos out onto the FYP. Then people that are not viewing this live, that have been in contact with him, will see these videos, and then they'll look at him in a different light and be very, very wary of him. So just make sure that if you see one video coming up about him, just repost it, share it. Obviously, I've got my video on my other page. You can go and post that out, reshare it. Yeah, it's had loads of shares already, but the more and more...
Hey, Daz, sorry to interrupt you. What Tinks was saying, the abusive _Cockney Ben, Cockney_Ben, is that what you're on about, Tinks?
Bev will check it for us on the stuff I've sent and what's been...
I'm just checking on my phone. Obviously, I'm following him, and obviously, if it's him, if that's the guy that you're on about, then obviously I will.
I can't say it's male or female because I've got perpetrators on both ends of the gender.
No, sorry, darling. I mean the account.
Yeah, the account is very concerning. It's been logged with the police today.
The account is abusive_Cockney_
And abuse, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong, yeah, that one.
So I report it, yeah.
I was going to say as well, these aren't the only people that has had problems with. Trust me, there's a hell of a lot. People don't realise how much people have had problems.
There's a lot of people, and I feel like that the more and more these videos are shared out there, and people seeing these videos and this live, you will see that more people will come out and say, "I've had the same shit with him."
The problem is, it's just a lot of people are scared. I've had message after message, but they told me not to say the names or anything, and they told me not to say anything, but they're terrified.
Yeah. For everyone commenting, what's my account? It's DazLondon37. It's in my bio of this account as well. If you want to check on the bio, you can't forget, you forget it. But all my accounts are DazLondon. But it's DazLondon37. It's the one with 54,000 followers on it. So it's a video I've done in them last year. If it gets pushed out there again, then people will see what he's actually like. But if I do say that if anyone sees any videos come up from anyone doing a video on him, whether it be Johnny Velvet, Johnny Tapper, or anyone else, or any women doing any videos on him, please share it, please repost it, because the more and more people that will see this on this app, if they go more viral, more and more people will see it, and then people will start to realise what this bloke's like, and then we'll close down the net of him being on social media where he can manipulate women with his spiritual bullshit and him taking money off people to fund his lifestyle out in Thailand now because his previous partner left him 7 weeks ago and she was funding everything over there. He's got no money coming in. He's had to sell the truck that she bought out there for money to pay for his rent. So he's going to run out of money at some point. And then when he does run out of money, he's got no one over there that will look after him or take him in. He will have to come back to England. And when he does come back to England, he'll be arrested. And then he'll have to get questioned on all the stuff that he's done.
Carrie, just turn your messages off.
It's the first pinned one, yeah.
Turn your messages off. They can't get in contact with you.
You've got users inboxing again, Carrie, so he's obviously watching, isn't he?
Carrie, switch it off so it's only friends only that can inbox your beaut.
Yeah, do that. He's disgusting, man. He really is disgusting.
Tinks, we are so proud of you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Do you know what it is? It's every single one here, you know, every single one that's brave enough to come up and jump up and, you know, speak that truth it takes bravery, it really does. And I appreciate the people around us who've carried my voice when I've not been strong enough to speak up. You know, Bev has been in your life today, Danny, as has Daz. You know, I haven't been there, but you've still carried your voices and carried me within your thoughts in that as well. And everybody on here who's put a like, a comment, messaged, everything, put your energy. The last 3 years of this, it's took us a long time to get back on my feet. You know, I haven't been living my life. There is more to come, which Troy knows about. I was left very vulnerable and very exposed to some horrific things the last few years. And, you know, I have been in psychiatric care. I'm not ashamed to say that. That doesn't mean to say I'm crazy. It just means I've been very, very traumatised but by some horrific things of people's behaviours. And, you know, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Even though I've gone through that, there still is no hate inside my body. I will not allow that. But, you know, I will place the good and the bad, because I do believe that. I believe everyone's got a purpose, and we're pain. If we can write ourselves and hold ourselves and carry ourselves with it, you know, use our voice, because even if we can use our voice, the voiceless are heard amongst that as well.
Yeah.
For the comment from Lowell's, there is people that are actually out in Thailand now that are on the Thailand type of TikTok that are doing videos about obviously Johnny Velvet, Johnny Tapper, and a few other people that live out in Thailand are doing videos on him. So it would be viewed over there on that part of TikTok too. I haven't heard of him being in any contact with any Thai women. I feel like it's only English women that he's been speaking to. His followers are not Thai followers.
You know what I mean? It's not going to come out because obviously we won't get hold of it.
Any women that I've seen commenting on his posts are all English women.
Yeah, he might keep this stuff away from TikTok though, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's only English women that have been commenting, and the ones that are simping over him are all English. So so I don't think he's going down that route of Thai women.
3 days, Chloe, 3 days, man.
But as I said, with that woman that she got sucked in. She was going to go out to Thailand in a couple of weeks, and she was waiting for an inheritance from her mother passing away, and he'd hooked on to her and invited her out to Thailand. So he was looking at her as his next victim to be able to use to fund his lifestyle.
Guys, Max is in the comment there. I'll just jump in there. Sorry to be rude. Max has just put in when he said about Thai women, he's actually meant to be getting with a young Thai girl. She's 24. Max has just written there. Guys, this is Max in the chat who was in part of our group call earlier. I don't know if he wants to jump up. He's a long-term friend of Ben's. Oh, and Andy. There he is. Andy as well.
Oh, Max and Andy, yeah.
The thing is, Thai women are nuts, so I don't think you'd be able to manipulate one of them. I doubt that.
Yeah, Max and Andy were in my live earlier today, Tink, so...
Yeah, big props to them too, do you know what I mean? They've been quite kind of blindsided by all this, do you know what I mean? And big props to them for...
I don't know if they want to jump up in the box. Don't know if they want to jump up in the box, because Max could play that recording himself, because I don't think Daz can play it without his mum.
Yeah, they're not in the box yet.
Is he what?
They're not in the box yet. If they want to get in, they can get in.
What's that mean, G? You sweet?
Max, do you want to jump in the box and Andy?
I'd love to see a video of Cockney being getting ironed out by a Thai woman.
Oh, imagine, man. Imagine that.
What a lady boy.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Imagine she whips a stock around, man, that's bigger than his.
Yeah.
Someone's just asking me there in the comments. I'll answer it. Someone's just said, sorry if you already said this, but how did you meet him? So I personally met him. I was having a really bad time with my mental health. I had been just come out of a court case where I had gone through some horrific Darvo, premeditated Darvo as well, off a very, very somebody who was very obsessed with us, and it was a female. It wasn't a man. It was a female. And he actually helped me get through that. He was preaching online about starting his healing journey and being a healer, because he said he had his throat, like SLIT off his ex. So because he had been through such horrific stuff with a female, I automatically drew to him. It was something I really didn't understand what had happened at the time, because of how premeditated this person was. Obviously, I'd gone through what I went through with my ex-husband, who was serving his sentence at that time. But he actually, he went guilty. He took accountability for his actions. I'd never actually met somebody, perpetrator, who, I'd never known about Darvo. So anyone who doesn't know about Darvo in here, it's deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender. So when you hear us saying Darvo in my videos, that is what I'm referring to. And that behaviour consists of, a perpetrator projecting onto somebody. And that's in any walk of life, intimate friends, people who make attachments, people who've got, diagnosed disorders where they'll intensely mirror people. It can be very, very dangerous, and they can turn, if they have got diagnoses in a certain cluster, that can then turn into sociopathy and psychopathic behaviours as well as a secondary behaviour. That, unfortunately, is what happened to me. Now, the person we're talking about off this app actually caught me in that time. And, he helped me through that. Well, I thought he was helping us through that. I was actually a lady going into his lives that wasn't lusting on him. I wasn't interested, I hadn't been a male since my ex-husband. I'd been, very much away from men for 3 years, nearly 4 years at that time. But so it was kind of like a really close bond that I had with him, because I was very spiritual. He was just getting on that path. Although he did what I believed in, he kind of had a bit giggle with us, and he was a little bit derogatory and saying, no wonder you're away with the fairies and got the name you've got, kind of as if it was about my mental health, why I was so spiritual and stuff. He didn't really believe it the way he preaches to now. He kind of was quite dismissive of my beliefs of that. I'm very live and let live, so I was quite open to his mind thoughts as well in that. So I thought, connecting and going. So with me being under psychiatric care at that time and going through such a horrific court case and learning about, perpetrators who create premeditated Darvo, he was the one that got me through that, and I escaped online. So I wasn't a big media user at that time. So I joined TikTok, and I had just come out of lockdown and escaped into the phone, as like an e-quarters and that. He did chase me, told the whole of the chat, Emma and Yan, Carrie Ann, Ellie, Claire, everyone in real time can tell you he chased me. He instigated all of that relationship. I was probably the only woman saying, no. All the other women in the chat would joke on and say, oh, I'll get me a glass of water, they're all thirsty. I wasn't looking for a relationship. But he very much flattered us. He was very charming, he was funny, he would sing his songs as soon as I come in the room, and he told everyone before I even met him, I'm going to marry this woman, before I even met him. And I built up a trust with him and a bond, and I did end up meeting with him, and it just kind of went from there. So I hope that answers the question. So it was kind of met him online.
That's where I come from with the love bombing situation. He does that to every woman. He makes them feel special, makes them feel like that he's different.
Okay, so basically,
he mimics their trauma. He mimics their trauma as well. So obviously, anything like autism or anything like he mimics them as a person. So the whole spiritual stuff and the autism stuff is stemming from when he was with Tinks, because Tinks has that. So he's portraying that in himself to be able, because he knows that that's the vulnerability that he can use.
Hello, sorry. So I was totally misunderstood in the comments earlier, and you muted me, and I've been watching in frustration because I'm like, I'm not on his side. What I was saying was not on his side. What I wanted to say is I am embarrassed to say that I am one of the idiots that's been talking to him over the last couple of months. Okay, yeah. And stupidly, Tinks has actually saved me from this, and pretty much a similar situation as Tinks, as I did have DV history. I don't know how I managed to attract the same type of guy, but it's happened to me again. The same signs. The love bombing, the, talking to you, making you feel really special. We were only just friends. That's all we were. I wasn't one of these idiots who's sending him love hearts and loads of roses and all that. I wasn't any of that because I'm a much stronger. But I did initially find the guy funny, and that is how he was reeling me in. Next minute was, what's your WhatsApp number? And, Jen's just left me. Then, the whole story about why, she's left. And I just know now with what I've been watching over the last couple of days. I was only talking to him the day before this came out, and I woke up in the morning and I saw Johnny Velvet's post, went straight to YouTube, watched the video. I was absolutely disgusted. I actually felt like, oh my God, you know what? I love traveling. You can look at my TikToks. I've traveled 7 countries in Southeast Asia a couple of years ago. And I kept saying to him, if I ever come back to Samui, I'll just say hi and stuff. And it was, did the same thing to me. You can come and stay here for free and all of this. And but when the whole Johnny Velvet and him started, that's when I started to go off of him. Yes, the aggression between him and his stitches that he did, but that was more on CLA roots and M's in the kitchen and things like that, and I just thought he was being funny, like they're all just absolute beggars and wrong. And so I was like, okay, he can get away with that. But when he started with the Johnny Velvet thing, I thought to myself, oh, this is not good. He is basically just accused a guy of being the worst thing that you can accuse a guy of being. And it's just come out of thin air. So this is actually disgusting behaviour. So I wasn't even jumping on his lives for a couple of weeks. I was just really put off with him. And then when this came out in the Thursday morning, I think it was, when I woke up and I watched it, I messaged him and I said, I've just watched the YouTube video. And actually what Max has just said, he was meant to be seeing a 24-year-old. The night before I was chatting to him, and he said he's got a Thai/American girl flying in to meet him, and she's not after his money or anything. She's really sound and we get on really well and all this. So I said, don't you find the language barrier quite hard when you go in it? And he was like, no, she sounds. So yeah, Max is right, that's who he was supposed to be seeing. So the next day when I messaged him and said, I've just seen the YouTube video, and he put, oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, can I swear on the live? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just carry on, do what you want to do.
For fudge's sake.
For fudge's sake. Sorry, Danny heard all this the other day. I did jump on her live the other day. It's the second time I've ever been in a box. But
Morning, darling.
But I am so wanting to make this aware, because his behaviour is exactly how I was treated by my ex, who kept me locked in a room and with a crossbow, and then continued to cyber stalk me for a year and a half. Took my Apple ID, put it onto another phone and another device, was downloading all my photos, moving all my apps around, was following my location. He just absolutely, I went into terrible. I was under a psychiatrist as well, so I'm not scared to say that. So this is very, very, very triggering for me. This is definitely something that I want to get across. I ended up talking to Ben. I ended up saying to him, I'm disgusted with you. This, you sound just like my ex. And again, all he was saying, I've got all the voice notes, I've got everything. He sent me the autism certificate proving that he does have autism. He sent me emails saying, look at my emails. They messaged me and it was from psychiatry, but you couldn't see the emails. You could just see like the front of it, just a screenshot of who had been sending it, and it was Psychiatry UK. So I have no idea what they were actually about. I have no idea of those.
Can I ask you a question about the autism?
Yeah.
Was it an NHS diagnosis?
Right. So what I was going to say, I did see a trick. That I'm going to try it in a minute. Right. You can actually, if someone scrubbed out the name, if you go to your brightness on your photos and remove it and take it really bright, apparently some writing comes through underneath, and I want to see what that is.
Yeah, possibly. But what I want to know is if it's the same one that he posted saying that I was bullying him for 2 years. Up in the top right hand corner.
I was thinking that, Daz.
In the top right hand corner, did it have?
Can I come off of this and look at that? Can I come off it and look at it?
Yeah, if in the top right hand corner it had a fax number, it had a fax number at the top. It was like it was an NHS or it was an autism. It was maybe some hospital, but in the top right hand corner it had the fax number. If it's the same one that he's put up that he said to me.
Honestly, Daz, I was just thinking the same thing. Has he sent the same one to her that he sent to you?
Eventually.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I come off and I go onto my WhatsApp, could you hear me saying that just now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, not when you go off. When you come off the app, we can't hear you.
Right, 2 seconds then. I'm just going to go and have a look then, and then I'll have to come back on.
People are asking if his account's still there. Yeah, they're there. The account's still there for someone who said it earlier.
Yeah, he blocked
Oh,
me.
you show that again?
He's had his two main accounts that he had before have both been taken. He's been
lower, Troy, lower.
He's been bananaed on both of them, and he's got three left.
So it does say fax. That fax number.
That's the one that he said. He sent me. He posted that.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Let me just check the date. Let me check the date on it. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Troy.
So he's definitely in because one of his accounts on private as well. I won't put it on private.
Where's that postcode from, though, Max? Because he said, because when he posted that video saying that I was bullying him for being autistic and I was bullying disabled people, when he posted that up, he said that he'd received that diagnosis 3 weeks prior. That's what the letter he'd received 3 weeks prior. But that was in 2023. And when I looked on the NHS to see whether they were still using fax numbers, they said they discontinued faxes from the NHS and from many hospital letters due to data leaks. They didn't want any data leaks, and that was in 2020, in April of 2020. So they wouldn't have been having fax numbers on their headed letters past that time.
But didn't he say that he got diagnosed 5 years ago, though?
No. The video he done to me, calling me out in 2023, which was in February 2023. He said that he got diagnosed with autism 3 weeks ago. Here's my letter.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where his lies mix up, because I'm pretty sure he told me he was diagnosed 5 years ago.
No, on the video he said 3 weeks.
But maybe that's where he's covering his tracks now. If you did call him up on it, now then he's telling people it's 5 years ago if it's dated. But anyway, there's no date on my one, which is a bit weird.
Guys, can I just say, he was saying he was autistic and stuff, but I actually had dinner out with obviously his mum and his family and stuff, and I mentioned it in front of his mum, and she said, oh no, he's not diagnosed. So when we went home that night, I said, oh, you've been telling everyone online, like when I met you, you told us you were autistic, because I've got autism and mixed combined type ADHD and CPTSD, and he mirrored that diagnosis to me, like he told me he had like autism. So I felt safe with him with that as well. And then obviously when I spoke to his mum about different stuff, she confirmed he wasn't diagnosed. So I asked him. And also later on as well, I found messages between him and someone else when he asked me to go on an old phone and get SIM out for some of the mobile data. I found messages to an old friend as well saying that he had been in hospital having treatment for cancer. And he didn't have cancer, he didn't even have a cancer scare. And he had went into detail on the messages saying he was having cells off and like saying he'd been kept in hospital. And I was just, everything I kept finding out, I was just like, why have you painted this illusion? Like, I don't know, it was just so, like, as I started chipping away bit by bit, and obviously all my friends in real time, I kept speaking to them about these different things I was discovering. And it was really hard to accept, like, it was a shock to the brain, like, oh, my Stacey in here in the chat here, guys. Guys, can I ask a big favour, Troy? Can you ask everyone to grab Stacey up there? She's a huge part of this awareness. Can I get you to unmute me in the comments? I'm happy to go, but can you unmute me in the comments now, please? And thank you, Carrie Ann, for allowing me to help myself. Can I just say there off what you've said and share? I think it's so brave for coming up and sharing your experience in this, but also the validation you've just given me, saying that it was lovely to hear. I actually muted myself because I filled up. To know I wanted to place my pain for purpose, and you saying the words that I saved you.
So the post,
no, you really did. I said to my friend today, I told her all about it today, and I said, why am I such an idiot? Why am I like? I knew there was something wrong about him.
You've got a good heart, and he saw that.
You know when you know there's something wrong about someone, and you're still allowing yourself. Like, I'm just maybe still in a vulnerable situation myself. I haven't had the, like you said, when you met him, and you'd already gone through what you went through, but you hadn't completely had your therapy yet. So, you were still in a vulnerable stage. Like, why on earth was I allowing this guy to just feed me a load of crap? Like, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong, independent woman. And for some reason, he gets in your head. He's very, very clever.
I was exactly the same. But do you know, in those words, honestly, today has just come full circle. Guys, I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, I was broken. Absolutely broken. I know you thought I did amazing on, Troy getting us up and using my voice. He gave us his platform and shared and made us feel safe to do that. Everyone in the chat was beautiful as well. We had all the survivors up in the boxes sitting alongside Troy there, as the host, and, everyone in the room was absolutely, I couldn't, and the observer as well, like, wow, on YouTube, she placed that so, she placed that so mindfully and, asked my permission, the next day, he's still okay with us doing screen records, very mindful. Everybody, heartfelt messages, but, hearing people say, like, it's made a difference. I mean, I was very, very re-traumatized yesterday. I couldn't even, I posted drafts. I did post a little message and try to compose myself, but I'm only human. I do still feel it, and it's took us nearly 3 years just to get my head right to do this. So, Tammy, you jumping up and saying that has absolutely made my day.
You've made a massive difference to me. You've clarified everything. I've gone from being like, 50-50, is he just all right? And to 100% every single trait that I see and go back to see now is exactly like, I don't even like saying my ex, but like the guy that basically did it to me. And it's almost psychopathic, narcissistic, manipulative, disgusting behavior, everything, thinking they are, twisting it, thinking, every time I said to my ex about stuff, why don't you see your kids, or why don't you do this? It was like everything was everybody else's fault. Everybody else's fault. And that is what he's done. He sent me loads of messages yesterday, loads, all about you all. And it was everybody else's fault. And I kept pulling them up on it. And I said, you know, he even said down to the police station, you know, even the police, you know, apologised to me. Are you joking? I said, don't be so ridiculous. I said, I've heard that all before. He wanted me to jump on with his mum and his sister so they can prove to it. Well, the other day he wasn't even talking to his mum, didn't even like his mum. His mum's never done anything for him, and suddenly she's going to stick up for him.
It's same shit, different day, because what he does when the net closes in around him, he's like a little rat. He's like a rat that gets caught in a tin can. Like they will eat through anything to get out of it, right? So they can eat through milk. He's like that. He's a little scared little rat. So when his net's closing in on him, he's like that. He tries to do everything to try and get everyone involved, like trying to make you believe that it's the I can get this person to get this person to speak to the Sarah. He's just he hates being backed into a corner, and now he's backed into a massive fucking corner.
It's almost like you can't say what you're thinking, because you'll either just get blocked straight away and you don't get your point across. So when I was replying to him yesterday, I was doing it in a way where I was like, I'm so gutted, Ben. I'm so gutted. We built this friendship, and you know, it was nice talking to you, and you were funny, and you know, I had your back on a few things, and I calmed you down on stuff. But I'm like, you are not a healer. You are not a healer with your behaviour. And he was actually being okay back to me. Like, so I did it in a way where I've sort of learned how to, you know, deal with that.
Tammy, you said to me in my live this morning that the last message you sent you was go away.
Yeah, so right at the end, Johnny Tapper had basically put a post on saying, if you want to clear your name, here's a link that you can get all your information, your own information, and you can apply for it, and it'll go into your email, and you'll have all your domestic abuse, all your criminal activity, everything. So if you want to prove to everybody, like you're saying, why don't you do this? So I sent him that video and said, why don't you do this, Ben? You sent me your autism papers to prove that you've got autism. So why don't you do this so you can prove it to everybody on the internet that you haven't done any of this? And he put, go away. And that was
so back to this autism thing, right? So on the letter, apparently the postcode is from Bodmin in Cornwall. Does anyone know if there's any links to Cornwall? No. Because I've not heard anything that he's lived in Cornwall.
Can I just jump in there? I think like he would have paid for it. I do think he's clever enough. No, he did used to work as a con man, like an underground call thing and con man.
But why would it go? Why would it go to an address in Cornwall?
Because he was with a lady who was from around them. But if he's paid for it online, like for a one-to-one, or gone there and paid or private, I do believe he's very, very clever. This is what I said, the police don't ever underestimate him, same as the female perpetrator in my past. And he did actually team up with that lady. He didn't just exploit me in that, he actually exploited his daughter's sexuality in that as well. The premeditated Darvo, the things he said were so sickening. I literally couldn't believe they were coming out of his mouth. And he actually went on a live stream with someone, who had an active injunction as well, which the police are all aware about. They've been watching a few years. I might have been quiet, but I've been gathering. And I think that's where they've underestimated me. After what I've gone through in my life, I've educated myself, I've worked on my healing, and I've very much learned that there's always places that
How do I get out of this box now?
So Psychiatric UK.
I'll kick you.
UK is based.
I do think he has had a diagnosis. He just didn't have it when he was with me. I think he's obviously looked into that after.
From when he posted it,
Tommy's been kicked out of the box. Mute her again. No, I'm joking.
When he posted that video about me saying that I was bullying autistic people, that he said that he got that diagnosis 3 weeks previously, and they stopped using fax machines in 2020, so it couldn't have been. So surely, if he'd paid for a document by then he wouldn't have said 3 weeks. So he can't be that clever if he's just totally disintegrating his whole whole rhetoric of him being diagnosed with autism 3 weeks ago, and then he's got an old autistic letter that he's fabricated.
How many followers has Stace got now? Stace needs 60 more followers, man. Come on.
So Psychiatry UK are based in Cornwall. That's the post. That's the address and postcode on the letter, is because it's based in Cornwall. So it's not his actual address; it's the address of Psychiatric UK.
I've just followed Stacey.
Right. The more people that follow it, the more the word's going to get out. If we can get them in the box.
Yeah.
So as well as I said before, everyone, if you see a post come up about Cockney Ben, please repost it, please share, please like it, please comment on it, because the more and more likes, comments, shares, and reposts it gets, it'll get pushed out there. So more and more people on this app will hear everything that's done. I've got a post on my page that I've done last year, which I've repinned at the top of my page. It's Daz London 37. Go do the same to that, because he's got everything that he's about in that after he come for me, and I added him on the app as well. So if you go and repost that again and share that out, it's just going to push it out to more and more people, because there's people that he's still trying to suck in now to get them to go
Hang on a minute. I've got a legit email from Psychiatry UK that I can show. Autistic female biker. I've got a legit email from Psychiatry UK that I can show.
It's most probably the same because I'm pretty sure it was something like. Is that got NHS written on top of it? I'm pretty sure it was an NHS Psychiatric UK letter.
Stace, she just commented, get her. Try and get her, man. Stace, just keep commenting.
So Stacey, guys, had the same female perpetrator as myself, but the obsession transferred from an ex she had for 5 years, who she was still very much checking in on and watching. That transferred to myself, sadly. And it's probably to this day mixed with them, our teaming with Ben and watching my life with Ben. And my history, I would say, I think that person is the most premeditated person I've ever met. But alongside Ben is very, very dangerous. Ben is very, very premeditated as well. So I'm not just contending with him. I do very much get stalked by female as well amongst that. It's not just men. I always like to put it out there. And I am very, very worried about one of the exposure pages that's about today. That I feel like it's in corroboration and not safe, not putting out right facts. It's called, I'll let Bev jump in here because she knows what page it is. Bev, can you tell everyone what page it is, please?
32 more followers for Stace.
It's abusive_Cockney_Ben.
Yeah, I've blocked it.
Everyone follow Stace. Stace needs to get in the box.
How many more does she need?
30.
Come on, everyone follow Stace, please.
So, Troy, can I show you a little video that's already been put out on the internet?
Yeah, but I'll tell you something.
What?
Benny boy, you blocked my fake account, haven't you?
What's happened?
He's blocked my fake account. But that's he can't, they won't block him. That's dodgy.
That's him? I think that's one of my perpetrators or him. That is definitely...
Oh, it doesn't it? Oh, come all over that page.
Yeah, but if you read the comments, Troy, they said on the comments, which is where they've tripped up for the police, I've had a message of one of her exes in capital letters. Now, which her does it mean? I went on and said I would need to know if it's one of my exes because of the perpetratory history, because there's a lifelong injunction and the risk they've posed for the corroboration. Now they didn't forthcome with that. Now anyone doing an awareness page, bearing in mind what they were sharing, they're sharing your awareness live the other night. Carrie Ann's got perpetratory history, an ex. Why would they not be open to come to it to say one of our exes had come? So that to me tells me that's my perpetrator. Right, so I mean, I've logged it with the police. But I am, you know, letting everybody know that that account is dangerous.
Right, in response to some of the comments about this autistic thing, he's about whether he's lying or not lying. So he's put out videos on TikTok saying that he's always known that he was different, and he's finally found out that he was autistic. And he has said publicly on a video that due to his autism, he's never been able to sit on the toilet. Right, this is why he's got so much upper body strength, because he has to hold himself up on the toilet to go to the toilet, because he can't bear to sit on the porcelain and have the touch of porcelain on his cheeks. And Tinks has confirmed that the 7 months that she was with him, he never once done that. He used to sit on the pan in the morning with a zoot in his mouth, talking to her while she's in the bath, while she was getting ready for
when
work.
I was in the shower. When I was in the shower.
So he's publicly saying that was one of his autism traits, but then for 7 months that he was living with Tinks, he never once done that. So he's definitely lying about that.
Yeah, I've never seen him do that. I've never ever seen him do that.
Like I would put money on it that he's not autistic, and if he has got a diagnosis through doing an online thing, he's fabricated what he's typed into it to get that diagnosis.
You right, Troy? What's happening?
He's changed his name again. He hasn't got me. He's put 2 underscores in his name now.
Oh yeah, there's one that's called Cockney _ Ben as well.
There's only 2 in it now.
People's asking that you show that account, please, Troy.
Yeah. This is why we're showing up, because early it just disappeared. I thought he blocked me. He's changed his name. He's put a couple of underscores in it.
Can you show them the awareness account as well?
He's got 3 accounts. He's got 3 separate accounts.
So this, guys, is concerning. This account is actually talking to one of the victim's exes. Now, I asked if it was my ex because I've got exes with severe perpetratory, behaviours and are convicted criminals. So I asked if it was mine because that would show, that they're still stalking and watching, and that now anybody who's doing an awareness page, whether it was my ex or one of the other lady survivors' exes, if we've gone to them and said, this is concerning, and they're not putting factual replies out, whoever has got that account is not putting factual replies out, which is very dangerous. If you're going to do an awareness account, it's got to be factual and it's got to be safe for the survivor sharing their voice as well, and definitely not putting comments on saying they've talked to her ex in capital letters. Even if it's not mine, Carrie Ann has got perpetratory history as well. It just worries us. That account very much worries us. It has been logged with the police today, though.
Right, can I just ask that question? That account that you've just showed is the same that's happened to me today. So that's the one with, he's got 1,900 followers on that one. And when I went on it, it done exactly the same then. It says no account found. Doesn't say that it's banned or anything like that. It just says no account found. But I am actually following him on another account, and that comes up fine. And then he's got another one where I never started following him, and that's still active. So he's got. So what is going on with that one? With the one that says no account found?
I just searched that one, then it came up straight away. Like not then the one before it. Then I went on it again and searched it again, and it disappeared. I think it either 1 underscore he had in his name or 3. And there's 2 in it now. That's why
if you've got it in your search bar and then you research it every time, if he's changed the account name on it, then it won't come up.
Yeah, that's what happened. So the first time I searched it, it showed up. The second time I just showed you then, didn't I? I thought it blocked me. And then I went into users, the accounts, and they were there.
Yeah.
So if you put Cockney Ben in the search bar, there comes up, obviously, the whole list normally comes up. It comes up.
You know what he's done? So what it is he's been watching this live, right? And then what he's done, because people have been saying his account name, what he's done now, he's gone into his account and added an extra underscore, so that when people search it doesn't come up.
What, that one won't come up?
Yeah.
Right, so watch, I'll show you now. I'll put his name in. There, yeah. Then I'll search it. No,
Hey
it's only.
Troy, I just searched him and Mark Bates came up with the video.
Yeah, you see, it only shows them 2 accounts now. But when I showed you earlier on, it showed 3 accounts, didn't it?
Yeah, when you go, if you go into users now, it should show all the accounts that you use.
Go into the users.
Troy, have you seen the Mark Bates video?
He's there. No, I haven't. He's there. Look.
And what happens when you click on that one?
Which one?
That one that one that you just said. Does it say no account found?
No, he's blocked you.
Troy,
He's blocked me on that.
can I just say, when we're talking about accounts and why he's got loads, he was very, very obsessed and fame hungry, and he used to have massive rage if he got banana, or he was very, very obsessed with TikTok. And bringing on to that, before I forget, can Bev Cam do something for us just to show his reactions when he did get banana? And that was when I was with him. Do you know which ones I'm on about?
No, not that one. Not that one.
I did not want it.
Can you put, will you be able to put Bev on the like the cam tool on the big thing just for 2 videos? Guys, this is what he used to be like if he got bananaed. This was a normal reaction of him when I was in the flat with him. He did put these out on the internet. These is what he posted.
Are you ready? If it's going to play. Go, no volume.
I've got 2 accounts, you banned above me, you sad motherfuckers. It's not me, it's my jealous little pervy exes who are dumb because they're not fucking good enough and you'll let them ruin my life. You spaz motherfuckers. Listen, shit stubbing cunts. TikTok, suck my cock. Over and out, Cockney Ben. You dirty fuck. Look, we're nudity.
Wow.
Suck my tits, you wanker.
Absolutely wow.
Wait, doesn't
Fucking shit stabbing cunt motherfucker. You're racist, you're fattest, you're fucking homoist, you're everything you can be, you dirty motherfucker, shit stabbing cunts. Honestly, violate me for this, you fucking bellends motherfuckers. You're all perverts, you all touch kids, TikTok, you're all fucking wankers. TikTok such cock.
If you're wondering what I'm laughing at because they got called shit stabbers.
I'm laughing that he's turned the teeth.
That was when I was with him. I'm actually in the background in them videos when he did that. Now, have you got the other one, Bev, where he's saying about the going to unalive himself?
Do you know what I find funny?
I only got the 2. Give me a sec. I only got the 2.
You know what I find funny? That he's turned the teeth whitening filter up so high that when he's opening his mouth, his tongue goes white. It's like he's got a mouthful of polo mints.
Why would you want to call someone something and the first thing you come out with is shit stabber?
Yeah.
That's fucking mad, that. Like, why is that first thing that comes into your head? Fucking shit stabber. Fucking hell.
So that's what he was like if he got banana. So that was like, obviously I used to think, oh my goodness, please don't get banana, because obviously I used to have to calm him down off that. I have got another video that I'll show another night, Troy. I'll have to find it, but he used to ask us to get on my TikTok and tell everyone he doesn't like himself because of them, which obviously I refused to do.
A violation.
Okay, with this to stage of suicide. I've got a video of him doing that as well. Quite aggressive as well.
Did anyone get a violation then?
No. Not I say no.
I did.
Did you?
Before.
Tell you what, we'll jump off at past, yeah?
Yeah, go on. I'm glad you're good, man.
They're not going to keep me quiet, like I said.
As I said, if everyone keeps on reposting all the videos that go out about him, and again, go to my page, there's London 37, my pinned video, repost it, share it out. The more and more people that see all these videos about him and get pushed out on the FYP, the people that are not witnessing this live will see this on. Not a lot of people go into random lives. They will watch random videos on TikTok. So if you're like that, you've always been a fan, darling. But if you keep on reposting these videos, so that, because a lot of people just scroll through TikTok and don't go into live, so there's women that won't see this that he's been talking to. So please share all these videos, repost them, comment and like them. And the more and more videos get put out there and reposted viral, then his net will close in on a lot quicker.
Yeah, definitely. And I think
And the
it's
women that's manipulating will find.
definitely. I think another thing as well, I would encourage people to use Clare's Law with him. I have actually had 2 active injunctions on him, reserved over the last few years. So there is actually two injunctions, and there were evidence passed. He actually said on his YouTube podcast he'd never ever been arrested, which obviously was an outright lie. And he actually told the court server, which I've got the paper documents for, and I have sent the injunction papers to Troy, to prove all this. He has seen all this, and he told the courts that he was going to sue them all because he wasn't happy that they passed the injunctions on him. So he has had 2 courts.
Can I just say, when I did Clare's Law on that other piece of crap, I know for a fact. So he kept saying to me, "I'm not on Clare's Law. No, I've never hit a woman or blah blah blah. I've never been to court." I said, "You don't actually have to have been to court to go on Clare's Law." So I said, when I got mine back, what happened to mine was he had hit somebody outside a pub. The police was called. When they came, the girl said, "No, I just want to drop it," but it was actually, it was put down. So that is on his Clare's Law. So you don't even have to go to court for it. So so he's lying anyway when he says he's never been to court.
How is he suing all these people? Like, he ain't got a pot to piss in. He ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. So how's he getting all the money to sue all these people?
Yeah, exactly. Even a caution goes on. Yeah, there, exactly. That's right. Yeah. Anything that's been reported will go on there, just to save us. Yeah. So all those girls, they really just need to do Clare's Law on him before they go and see him.
Daz, answer to your question, maybe he's just lying.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't think that he's actually told the truth about anything since about 1991. I think.
Yeah.
You're going to say everything he says, it's just bullshit.
Can I ask Bev as well? Bev, I've sent you something on Messenger. I'm wondering if it would calm that as well just before we go, because I've told Troy that one of the biggest things that hurt is was him invalidating and rewriting my reality. He has told everyone that I lied about, my ex-husband going to jail, and, he was goading him to come forward and sell his story. He told the whole internet that I lied about such serious things that happened between myself and my ex-husband. I have sent Bev my court documents and the outcome just there, and I'm happy to come to that to prove to everybody, that is what happened. Even my ex-husband would stand in front of everyone and tell us that is what happened, and he was sorry for it. He isn't like Ben and this other lady where where he would lie about that. He has showed remorse. He's written to us from jail, even though there's a lifelong injunction. He wants so much for me to know that he's sorry for what he put the kids and me through. So to have a man on the internet just invalidate all that when he was someone who took accountability for his actions. He's done that to hurt me and claim that I'm crazy and try and minimise what he's done to us. I just I'm quite happy to provide any receipts for. I don't even like that word receipts, but I get why you use it. But because it's something we lived, I'm quite happy to provide the life memory stamps of what I've gone through, if that's a better way I feel to put it.
What does coffee mean? No hate intended. Clare's Law is not a law, it is a reg. What does that mean?
A regulation, not a reg.
Oh, a regulation. It's still very, very helpful to women. So if there's anyone out there right now,
Manda's just come in and he's invited her over as well. Like, how many women has he fucking invited over to Thailand?
Literally everyone. He does it on his lives all the time. Oh, you can come over. Just you can come over.
I feel like all you women should just turn up all at the same time, and then all of you should just kick him in the plums.
Honestly, man.
No, Dad, take your stance for that. Don't put negative out.
Has Stacey got the followers she needs?
I was going to speak about that, Stacey, where are you? So she needs 12 more followers. So what we'll do, obviously I'm jumping off at 12:30. We'll get Stacey in tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm going to sort out some more videos and stuff for tomorrow. Just today was a bit all over. Troy, today's been quite But you know, at least Daz has come on and played the stuff off Matt to say, you know, he's owning it and going, yes, that is me, and I don't give a shit, pardon the French, but that's what he says on it. But that, as much as it hurt my heart, it was another realisation check again to like stop looking for hope in this situation. I think that's just part of who we are, isn't it? We do look for hope and humanity. Look for hope and humanity.
Right. She needs 8 more followers. Before we jump off, man, just 8 people give you a follow, man. 7 now. 7
Daisy's absolutely amazing, guys. She's my little lost girl found there, and we have got the same perpetrator as well. So,
Stacey, if you follow all my accounts on Daz London, I'll follow you. I've got 5 of them, so I'll follow you all back on all 5 of them. 5 more.
Come on, everyone, follow Stacey.
Keep spamming the comments. She needs 1 more, and we'll get her in tomorrow. Just gotta jump off, man. You can get in the box at 200, can't you?
So when you back on, Troy?
I'll be on tomorrow, 8 or 9ish. I'll be on.
What, Dana?
I'll make sure I'm organised. It's just today I had an absolute crumble. I do apologise.
Hey, don't apologise. No, don't you dare.
But I think these are all awesome. I think these are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate everybody. I think everybody who shared their voice, and even Tammy just coming up there to round it off and say, you know, that those words to save somebody, it's a united thing, you know, people sharing, people reposting, people, you know, even coming in and listen, you know, sharing that energy to listen and validate and share amongst their own journeys. I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that is a good and a bad, and that's what I came back to do. So Tammy, you've rounded my whole day off with those words, and I'm so pleased you didn't get affected by them.
Well, I am affected, and I'm a little bit scared to actually be on here, but I'm more positive to get this out.
Listen, Tam.
And just to say you are doing the right thing because you've helped me. So there you go.
Listen,
It's
Tam.
a shock, isn't it? It's a shock.
You got to ask now, Tam. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, if he comes for anyone that's involved in any of these lives, do you know what I mean? We'll just all go in on him. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
he's got no chance.
Yeah. If you want to chat or ask me anything, Tammy, feel free to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a message at some point. We'll see.
I'm gonna jump off.
See.
Like I said, we'll get. Tinks is gonna sort some more stuff out tomorrow. I don't know if jumping in. If anyone else wants to jump in who is damaged or anything like that, do you know what I mean? Who is trying to have a go at or anything like that, you can jump in. We'll get Stacey in as well.
Can I just request you don't do it on the time that England's playing now?
What time do they play at?
I think it's 8 o'clock.
Bloody football.
What's that?
I think it's 8
Bloody
o'clock tomorrow.
football.
Hey,
Can't miss the England game.
I'll more than likely be coming on at 9 to be fair, because 10 till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, it could be too late, do you know what I mean? Obviously, you don't have to be here, Dad, if you want to watch England.
Well, I'll be here, and if they score, you might just hear me shout very loudly, like.
You can mute yourself.
Then you'll meet with.
Don't get scared because I just randomly shout randomly.
Yeah, no problems.
When Troy goes, I'll set up my own live if anyone wants to join that.
Everyone go over to Danny's live.
Right, go on then. I'll speak to you after.
Right, I'll see you later.
It's been a pleasure, ta-da.
I know, lots of love, everybody. Take care.
Thanks,
See you
Joe.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe to my channels.